So I'm going to try to work out why we can't just have a determined universe without any freedom, and we can't just have freedom without any determinism. Um, Basically, I'm trying to show how freedom and determinism are two sides of one coin, that we can't just get rid of freedom and have only determinism, because it no longer makes sense. Who is trapped? Who's in jail? Who is determined? You know, who knows that there is a determined universe? That's always the free side that knows the determinism and it's trapped by the determinism, and we can never have just determinism, because here we are in this deterministic universe moving around. Oh, I want to move my fingers. How does that happen? There's got to be some freedom in there too. Freedom only makes sense in terms of law. um, but to really break this down, let's go back to ancient times when the dichotomy that the ancient Greeks, for instance, would have was between God and fate. The gods are the stars, and they dictate the outcome of human history. And sure, there's some uncertainties. Prometheus can steal fire from the gods and bring it to man and stuff. So the gods are basically free. Prometheus was free to steal fire, but human beings are fated. You're born under a certain set of stars and the planets and a certain alignment, and that alignment dictates the archetypal playing out of your future and your life. So you're fated by that, whereas the gods are free. They are the stars, pretty much. Now, this idea stayed pretty constant throughout the Middle Ages, and Christianity put a new face on it. It took Platonism and Judaism and mixed them together and came up with this new, probably more integral view of the world, but still basically a product of the God-fate dichotomy. And then Descartes was probably the first one to change all this and say that no, it's not God up there dictating everything on earth. It's God. Descartes reached up into heaven and pulled God out and stuck him in here. And now God is the ego. God is my mind. God is the soul that exists in my brain and your brain, but none of the animals' brains or none of the plants' brain. It's not out there. It's all in here, in this mind. Because this mind is what can know the laws of the universe. So instead of God and fate, it's me and the world, or freedom. My mind is free to know the world, free to control my moral action in the world, and the world itself is determined. It's a set of fixed laws that I come to know with my mind. So to say that there is only determinism, which I have an issue with the modern mystic. I think the idea that we are our brains and that there's no deciding, there's no control, there's no consciousness, basically, right? Certainly, maybe there's an awareness, but you're saying the awareness is the victim of the determination of the world. I don't know if I can agree with that. I think the idea that we can now map the brain and we can see that thoughts are maybe not taking place in the neurons, but certainly correlated with the neural activity, it shows us that there is a relationship between mind and matter that Descartes didn't necessarily suspect. But that can lead us in a lot of directions. It doesn't necessarily mean that the brain creates this illusion of consciousness. It could mean that the brain is a receiver of consciousness, which in and of itself is non-local and spread throughout the world. So that's what the novelty habit paradigm sort of points to. So hopefully maybe I cleared something up. If not, tell me why this doesn't make sense. Tell me other possibilities for how there could be total determinism without any freely acting and knowing mind to know that it is determined. So yeah, let me know what you think.